This is Borodyanka in the Kyiv region. The settlement was under the occupation of the Russian army for a little over a month. After that, the armed forces of Ukraine de-occupied Borodyanka in April of this year. The Russian invaders left devastation and traces of war crimes after themselves. Recently, it became known that a well-known British street artist, Banksy, painted graffiti on one of the destroyed 9-story buildings in Borodyanka. You can see a gymnast who is leaning on destroyed panels here. The fact that the author of the graffiti of the gymnast on the destroyed 9-story building is the world-famous British artist Banksy became known on November the 11th. He posted a photo on his Instagram with a short caption, Borodyanka, Ukraine. The news of this spread all over the country in less than a week. Foreign publications with a million audience have written articles about this graffiti. Local residents are sure that such artwork is necessary. After all, this is yet another reminder to the whole world of the horror of the Russian occupation that the Ukrainians had to endure. I think that this is in honor of the gymnast girl who was killed either in Irpin or in Bucha. I think it's good that people do not forget that there is such a Borodyanka which has enjoyed a lot. And then a person comes here and does what he can, just to show his respect for the people who were killed. It is very nice of him.
Це дуже приємно.
Важливо дуже, щоб світ знав.
It is very important for us that the world knows about the situation here. I take this art positively.
Banksy created another mural on the destroyed boiler room of the nursery kindergarten Pinocchio in Borodyanka. It depicts a boy putting on the blades of an adult man in a judo suit. I didn't see when it was being painted, but I saw the artwork already in the morning. What associations do you have when you look at this graffiti? I see how Ukraine defeats Russia, and even little boys can defeat it. Graffiti by British street artist Banksy in Borodyanka near Kyiv is planned to be made an object of cultural heritage. The Ukrainian authorities want to place them in a museum with memorial exhibits of the war, the Telegram channel Ukrainian News writes, referring to the village council of Borodyanka. I think that it is necessary perhaps somehow to make a museum of all these monuments of this Russian aggression. But we would not want to leave this building in this state in Borodyanka, to cut this graffiti out and put it in a museum. Banksy has confirmed another 5 graffiti of his authorship in Borodyanka in addition to his 2 artworks. There are 2 graffiti in Kyiv and 1 each in Hostomel, Gorenka and Irpin.
I was sure that he would come to Ukraine because this is the main theme of his works. All his artworks are strong in their own way. Each of them speaks for itself. This is the main message of Banksy. He does not talk about his art, and everyone understands it in their own way. Again, Banksy makes people interested in what is happening now, and this is the most important thing.
The artist's works in the Kyiv region are not the first time that Banksy has worked with locations of disasters and tragedies. In 2015, terrorists took hostage guests of the Bataclan Theatre in Paris. 90 people were killed. Instead of dedication to the victims, Banksy depicted a female figure in mourning on the doors of the theatre.
Banksy became a world star, a well-known artist, and he is known in the widest circles. That is, not even for the dedicated public. He began to paint as a folk artist, and then he migrated to contemporary art galleries. From this point of view, the presence of Banksy, even in such a context, is certainly great. It draws attention to our country, to our problem, to the Russian aggression, to that war that is going on.
The peculiarity of Banksy is that no one has seen his face for about 2 decades, and no one knows who exactly is hiding under this pseudonym. The artist's graffiti often carries an anti-war and anti-capitalist message. Reported by Dana Kolesnik, Yulia Granovska, UATV News.